don't have a cold open.
Well, the Ice King has a cold open.
Oh, cold open right in the wall.
Yep.
It's the Watchers on the Couch.
Checkers!
Welcome back to Watchers on the Couch. Today we're discussing the season finale of Season 7,
Whoop, whoop.
The Dragon and the Wolf. That's what it's called, right?
Yeah, it's exactly what it's called.
I think so.
All right. I'm Tim Pickerel.
I'm Sarah Pickerel.
And I'm Mike Davron.
And it's over. So see you guys. Bye.
That's
Wow.
it. Bye.
It's all over. All over for everybody.
Well,
The wall is down.
yeah. Game over. Everyone's dead.
Yeah.
Game over, man.
Game over. It's what's the point now? Cause
What's the point? Wow, you sound so depressed.
Dude, there's like 100,000 of those things.
Yeah,
That's
there are.
It's the biggest army in the world.
And they have two dragons. Well,
What?
we have two dragons. Not we.
You're on the good side.
I'm on the good side. I'm rooting
You're on the
for
light side.
I'm rooting for the underdogs. Yeah. But yeah, they do have one massive one massive dragon and a lot of dead people in that army.
I was really just hoping they had a White Walker Hodor, and
I know.
they didn't have to take down
too.
the wall. He just knocked down the door. He just did the opposite instead of holding the door.
I'm not holding
Right.
any doors.
You know?
It's opposite day. Yeah.
I'm Brodor. Break the door. Break the door.
Yeah. I just wanted to see him so bad.
Wouldn't it be sad if you saw him, though?
Oh, yeah, but I just wanted to see him.
You may
Like-
still see him. There's 100,000 of them.
He might still break down some doors.
Yeah. Yeah.
breaking
Maybe.
down barriers.
So, I mean, Winterfell would be the first place they'd get to.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
They're going to be fucked early and fucked often.
Yep. Fucked real hard.
I was asking Tim, I was like, did that many people actually live beyond the wall? You know, because 100,000 people, like, how did they get that many people in their army? Did that many people actually want to live that fucking far north where it's just cold as hell all the time? You know what I mean? Like,
Well,
They're the free folk.
yeah,
I mean,
The free folk,
Wall's
yeah.
been up for 8,000 years.
so that's a
Yeah.
lot of time to populate. And also, like I said, some of those people are less fresh looking than others. So
Yeah.
it's like they've been building like over like these 8,000 years, I guess.
right. It's just crazy. Though.
Excuse me. My throat's a little fucked up for the listeners.
It's because he was yelling at the TV last night.
Yeah. That was not me. That was you.
Oh, right. Sorry, I forgot.
While you were watching Game of Thrones?
I was yelling at the TV.
What were you yelling about?
The Jamie scene.
No!
Where you thought he was going to die?
I really thought he was going to die.
Yeah, I did too.
I thought they were, I thought for sure. Like, as soon as she nodded, I'm like, holy shit.
Because I was like, oh, he's going to be the major character. What? Major character death.
Well, we had one.
No, I know, but I thought,
You thought he would be like the major?
yeah.
Yeah, no.
Because, Baelish still is.
Yeah.
And yes!
By the way, I called it. Before the show, I was kind of joking, but kind of not. I didn't know. I was like, Baelish just going to die this episode. Just ha ha ha. You know?
Sarah, everybody called that.
Oh, really?
Yes. Everybody in the Deadpool called him dying this season.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Cool.
Well, I don't know about everybody, but he was the vast majority to
Yeah.
die this season.
Yeah.
I didn't think he'd die this season until maybe last episode. And the only reason I thought he would die is if that storyline did go like I was thinking it was going to go, how it actually
Yeah,
did
that's
go.
that's the one thing you guys do get props for is that it was a clever ruse.
I even looked back and watched that episode again after the podcast, and there were even more things like in Sansa's room, the windows were open, and it's fucking wintertime and freezing.
Yeah.
Like, just when Brienne was talking to Sansa, and she started talking about Baelish, like, the look on her face, she's like, oh, she's gonna fuck this up. Like, I just gotta get rid of her. Like, so
Yeah.
Baelish hears her talking like this, and then I'm like, sending her away. It's not gonna work out.
Right.
Yeah, they did a really good job writing that whole thing. Because I didn't know, like, I had a good idea, like, when Arya was standing in front of everybody, But I didn't know for sure until... Like,
I didn't know for sure till she
Right.
said Lord Baelish.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. Thank God they did it that way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little confused. Yeah, so is everybody else who watches the show.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
So...
Bran should have just made shit up. He could have just made a bunch of stuff up about Baelish.
He could have.
He could have, but he's...
No one would have known.
But he doesn't need to.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, and he's gay. Yeah. You tried making me give him a blowjob.
all of a sudden he turns into a drunk uncle. Like, it's great.
Touched me. I couldn't feel it. Couldn't feel it, but he still did it.
Yeah. Yeah, he could have, but he's Ned Stark's son, and he always has to tell the truth.
Yeah.
So,
Well, I don't even know if it matters whose son he is
That's
anymore,
true.
right?
Yeah,
You know?
he's just the
Three-eyed raven now.
Not
Three-eyed raven.
anymore.
He's got a-
really.
He's got a great emo band name, Three-Eyed Raven. Yeah, just gonna lead that up.
That's right.
If only he'd finished that rap song.
I know. He's busy.
Yeah. He's busy spying on people in the past.
Yep. Looking at him naked.
Yep.
Like Sam, when like Sam meets Bran again in Winterfell, and they're like talking about Jon. I gotta tell Jon his last name's Sand, not Snow. It's like, who gives a shit about that?
Yeah.
It's like, so he has a different bastard name, but in comes Sam going, "Oh no, Rhaegar got his marriage annulled, so he's not a bastard." And Bran's like, "Are you sure?"
Yeah. He's
Well, go back and look. He's like, "Huh, didn't see that coming, but I can see Jon coming right now."
Ew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should have been my cold open.
Oh.
All right. All of this never happened. Let's start over.
Okay, so no. Well, what did I call? I called the last scene, the very last
did.
scene.
That's true.
I said that like 2 shows ago or last show that the last scene was going to be the dragon. Well, I said they were going to have a ice dragon for like half the season,
Yeah.
and then I said the dragon's going to bring down the wall, and that's exactly what happened in the closing moments of the show. So I feel proud of myself for that, but
It was blue fire.
it was blue fire, not ice.
Weird.
But
Yeah.
I guess
Yeah.
it's cold ice or cold fire.
Sure.
Sure, why not?
Maybe whatever. It's magic breath.
Right. Magic breath.
Puff the magic Viserys with your ice fire breath.
Wow.
There was something else I called too, and I can't remember what it was.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That ice or the Night King rides a dragon.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I kind of bundled that all into the same thing. I mean, Baelish getting killed by Arya, that was kind of that was one, and it was kind of a give me.
And Cersei was going to fuck everyone over.
I didn't know that. Like, I didn't know anything about the Cersei thing at all. Like, I had no idea how that was going to play out. Jon and Dany banging.
Oh.
Yeah, I claim. Yeah,
Yeah.
Everybody did.
I know.
Yeah.
Except Sarah.
I just didn't want it to happen. I knew it was going to happen, but with every fiber of my being, I was like, no. That's just gross.
Danny's
Yeah,
there.
but it looked good.
Yeah. Danny's there. I'm going to get some of that Drakkar ass.
Ooh.
It's the Watchers on the couch. Now we're rolling.
Now they can have babies.
Yeah.
She's like, I can't have children. Oh, yeah? How about we give that a
I
shot?
was like, who told you that? Oh, some old witch. Like, do you ever think that might be fake news?
Right. Fake
Like,
news.
you've never stopped to think that might be. Maybe that's not a reliable source of information.
Well, she did have sex with other people, right? She had sex
Sure.
with that one guy a lot. What was his, like, Hottie McHotterson? I can't think of his name.
Dahario
now.
Naharis.
Yeah. So you would think that she's like, well, I just can't get pregnant. Maybe he was just shooting blanks. Who knows?
Maybe. You know, who knows? Maybe she won't get pregnant from Jon.
Yeah.
But John's going to probably keep trying.
And John's going
She'll
to
be
get
like,
pregnant.
I'm just going to have to keep blowing loads in you and, you keep trying. Don't give up. Don't give up.
Get more of that Targaryen blood flowing. Let's do it.
So
Ugh.
here's one of the interesting
Gross.
things that came from that. So we had the we had the popular theory that Jon parents were who they were, confirmed last season.
Yeah.
And this season, we find out his real name.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the interesting things is in the earlier seasons of the show, they claim that Aegon the baby was one of the children that was killed by the mountain.
Right.
So I don't know if there's 2 Aegon babies, or if one of the babies wasn't killed, or...
Yeah. Could be 2. Or it could have been like that Jon was the Aegon baby and that was just a lie.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could be that...
Well, it was Thoros who saw the bodies of the babies.
Uh-huh.
So...
Okay.
He couldn't. I mean, yeah, maybe there's multiple babies that we don't know of. I don't know.
Well, who was Rhaegar's first wife?
Somebody from Dorne.
Did she have a
Ilya?
child?
Ilya?
Something like that.
Did
yeah.
Ilya have a child?
Yeah, they had. Her and Rhaegar had 2. And then the mountain killed her and killed the babies.
Right.
That's
but
why
she had
Oberyn-
babies, though. That's what I'm asking. So, do you think that maybe Lyanna was just like, oh, that's a nice name. I'll just use that name.
It's entirely possible.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because,
It seems
well, I
weird.
mean, Thoros wouldn't lie about seeing 2 children.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody would have known about Lyanna's child because she had just given birth in the Tower of Joy.
Mm-hmm.
So now that I said all that out loud, it seems unlikely that there was one baby and people were just confused. I'm a little confused.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not pulling a Baelish right there.
Right.
Right.
I don't know. Can't tell you.
Well, why not, Mike?
I don't know. People are weird. Things in this life happen really weird. Like I met some people that I worked with. They worked for a different company, and their dad has the same name as my dad. Exact same name.
Weird.
First, middle, and last, and the third.
What?
So who knows, huh? Maybe it's a Rhaegar baby.
Oh.
Not only is he not the first of his name, he's not even the first third of his name.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow.
That's insane. That's
What a coincidence.
a bizarre fan theory, Mike.
And
I
Davron's not
don't
really
believe it.
a common name, so...
No.
Anyway.
Maybe his dad and your dad were like two people, but the universe like split, and like there's like
There's a glitch in the Matrix.
glitch in the Matrix, like parallel universe.
Yeah.
What could that kind of thing?
My dad just had 2 families. It's that simple.
Oh, okay, sorry. I was trying to make it really cool and
I
complicated.
did ask him like questions like, all right, what does he look like? How
Yeah.
old is he?
Right.
This is the Occam's razor theory.
Who knows? I think my like great grandpa got divorced, which is also really rare then. But sorry,
Is that
I had
your
a Steven
Steven
Seagal
Seagal?
moment.
That's a
Who
look.
knows? But who knows? He could have had another family or something, and then
Yeah.
still was like just like Rhaegar, I guess.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm going to name my first son with my other family. I'm going to name him John Davron.
Oh, very well. Yeah, maybe.
I've met people whose like
Yep.
they found out like later in life that their like dad had a whole fucking other family.
Yeah, trucker dads.
Yeah, those guys have families all over the country.
Papa's a rolling
All of
stone.
them.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's an epidemic.
That's why we gotta get these truckers off the road.
They're the Robert
Settle 'em down.
Baratheons.
That's right. Yeah, so that is kind of weird, though. If she would name her child Aegar immediately
Aegon.
after Aegon, I'm sorry, immediately Aggie,
Egg.
little Aggie.
Egg.
It is weird, though. I mean, like you would normally name somebody like that was older and had passed away, like, oh, this is a tribute, not necessarily like, oh, I'm just gonna steal that name, because like that was a brand new kid too.
Maybe
Right?
everybody just wants to name their, I don't know, all the Targaryens. I mean, how many Aegons has there been?
Somebody was-
Aegon the Conqueror, we all know, right?
They were on Westeros BuzzFeed and found out that Aegon was the popular baby name of the season.
Oh yeah,
Who knows? Maybe Lyanna didn't have any idea about the other kids' names. Because you would find that really weird. Like, you had kids with this other bitch. And I'm not naming them the same name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't think she would. Yeah, that doesn't seem right.
That is... I mean, it's not even George Foreman territory where all his kids are named after him. Like, this is like a distant relation at this point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to name all my sons Aegon.
Yeah.
One of them's going to make it.
Yep. I don't know. Maybe they just fucked that up in the show.
Yeah.
When did we find that out?
The Aegon?
Yeah, the first two kids? Like...
That the first two kids were named... Like, one of them was named Aegon?
Yeah.
Aegon and Ray...
And that was in the show?
Rhaenyra?
Because I don't remember that at all.
I don't remember it being in
He
the
said
show
it was
either.
Thoros?
Yeah, it's like
You
it's
saw
like
it?
it's like one of the first times we see Thoros, I think.
Oh.
I'll have to double check, or maybe I'm remembering the books.
It seems more likely. Because I don't...
But if we're talking about the books, then that gets into a whole nother thing. Because in the books, there's a whole nother Targaryen that's like... that's already in Westeros building an army. Like, they got him out, supposedly. Okay. And I think he's claiming to be Aegon Targaryen.
Weird.
Yeah, I don't even remember in the show that they said they had other kids, but I wouldn't... No, well...
Well, we know they had kids
they did.
because Oberyn...
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Otherwise, Oberyn wouldn't need revenge for...
All right.
Stuff.
You murdered her. You raped her. You killed her children. And then you smashed my head.
I like how they foreshadowed the Clegane Bowl.
Yeah, yes, they did. But what was the Hound saying to the Mountain? He's like, "This is not how you die," or
no, you know what's coming for you.
Yeah, but what's coming for him? Like, because
the Hound.
That's what you interpreted
yeah.
as?
Yeah. Me too.
All right.
You know who's always been coming for you.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe he could see in the fire too, and maybe he has seen White Walkers.
Maybe.
You know, and because right after that, he goes to get one of the whites.
Mm-hmm.
In a big old box, all by himself. Bunch of fuckers. Nobody help him out?
I was actually expecting the Mountain to act first. Like, if he's supposed to be the bodyguard, that he would have just come in and killed that thing, like, immediately.
They stepped up, but the Hound pulled him back. It kind of happened at the same time. Them stepping up, and the Hound... pulled it back
on the leash.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it ran after the Hound.
Yeah.
It went backwards because it's pissed. Like kept kicking the box,
right,
taunting him, throwing rocks.
Yeah, that was. I was freaking out. I was like, really? They went through all of that, and it's not gonna. You know, I guess they had to build the suspense, and you guys probably knew
yes,
that.
It was awesome because we were talking about it last episode. Like, whoa, what if it was completely dead? Like,
yeah. The Wi-Fi, the Wi-Fi symbol
awesome.
is,
nope.
It's pretty cool.
Runs out all crazy like.
Mm-hmm.
Did get close to Cersei?
Not close enough.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm really sad that it didn't like Claude or a little bit.
Apparently, she doesn't even really give a shit.
Dude, she's fucking totally batshit at this point.
Yeah, she is.
Mm-hmm.
The Mad Queen.
Oh man, you know who missed that? Braun. He didn't get to see it.
Oh yeah. Or
he was sucking Pod's magic dick.
Yeah.
They were just having a good old drink.
It's a fun group of reunions that we had this episode, at least.
I liked it.
Tyrion and Pod and Brienne and Jaime. Fuck on her. There's dead people out there.
Bronn could be the new leader of Cersei's armies.
So Jaime was running away. That's what he was doing?
It seemed like it. He didn't have his armor on anymore. He was in leather.
Yeah, he was heading... I guess he was heading north.
Yep.
Because we saw snow.
That's so crazy. Well, you saw snow at King's Landing.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it was finally that... finally the snow's got to King's Landing.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's true. Well,
which, just like Jon Snow, finally got to King's Landing. Snow has got to King's Landing.
I bring the storm. I make it snow like Shadow Moon.
That's not this show.
Crossover.
No.
Podcast crossover.
He could, and he didn't get to see the white. So
No.
like, oh fuck, Jaime left. Whatever. I'll be the new leader. I'll get more gold
Well, there's, I mean, people are
for my cock. Because in the end, it's all cocks.
It's all about cocks. Yeah.
You don't think people are going to talk about the dead body that was running around?
Yeah, but you got to see it, right? That's what they say. You got to see it to believe it.
Yeah. It's a shame that they didn't get to see it.
Oh shit! They had a fucking Chris Nays minute. They've been listening to this podcast because when Euron made a joke to Tyrion, he's like, "That wasn't even a good joke." And and then you don't explain the joke. That doesn't make it better.
Yeah.
Oh, that was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah!
Yeah,
that was such like a random interruption too. It's like right before he speaks, Theon, I've got your sister. I'm gonna kill her.
Yeah. Well, it was also weird. He was just like, "Oh, that's kind of scary. I'm out."
Yeah, peace.
Mm-hmm.
How did Cersei like plan that out ahead of time?
That he would go and get his.
Well, they were always going to get the Golden Company to bolster their armies to fight Daenerys.
Yeah.
So I guess
Euron just found his moment.
Yeah, it's
where it'd be believable that he was leaving.
Yeah, like whatever your excuse is going to be,
make an excuse. Yeah,
make an excuse.
All right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well,
man.
that's the
that works.
That explains why he mouthed off.
Oh, okay.
Because Cersei even says, "Sit down or leave."
Mm.
So, like, they would have had like a whole plan for him to keep talking until he gets evicted. And
yeah.
Fine, I'll go back to my islands.
It's my island.
I don't need you anyway. So they can't swim, except to get Tormund.
No.
Last episode.
No.
Yeah, they swim back up.
That's
out of the ice.
They were just buoyant.
Yeah,
they farted.
Dead bodies
right.
Not these ones.
I figured they
sank
could,
like a rock.
Well, I figured they could at least do like in Pirates of the Caribbean, where they just walk on the surface and then come back up. I think they'd be able to do that at least.
I don't know.
Maybe they were.
Are all the ones on the bottom of the lake? Are they still alive and just like? Hey,
yeah, it could be.
Someone get me, and someone come and get me. I'm just down here in the water. I want to fight too. Don't take my dragon friend. Can you hand those chains to me?
No, I think that's how they were getting Tormund. They probably fell down in the water right as Tormund had fallen, and they're like, "Oh, something to grab onto," and that's what happened.
All right,
that's my story.
But they can't swim.
They can't swim. No, they can't do it. Just like Tim.
It's true.
They're like frozen H2O.
Thanks for
solid state.
Thanks for telling the world that I can't swim.
Well, just putting it out there.
Now everybody knows how to defeat me.
It's your one weakness.
Everybody can swim.
I saw the funniest.
Everybody can at least float.
No.
Nope. Yeah, you can. Just breathe in. Just breathe in and lay on your back. You'll float.
Don't breathe in the water.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Don't do that.
You can float forever. You just breathe in, and then once you breathe out, you start sinking maybe just a little bit, like a little bit of your body, but then you breathe back in and you're good.
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Then how does anybody sink?
Because they panic and they don't. I don't know. Let's go get in the pool.
No.
I'll show you. I'll show you.
Nope.
We're going to teach you how to swim.
I've played this game before. It's called the Game of Faces. The Game of Drowned Faces.
Oh, man.
But yeah, Cersei went totally batshit.
Yeah,
and it's
did.
like...
Hang the world.
Hang the world. I'm like Jamie. How can Jamie lay it out any clearer, and she still doesn't fucking care? It's like you're going to get killed.
Mm-hmm.
Like you've got nothing to fight anybody. Like you can fight the people, but you're not going to like do anything about the army. I must stay on the side of the living. No, no, you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't get it. I don't get it.
And like you're saying, either way, it doesn't matter. So if they defeat the enemy, they're still coming back down and going to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't defeat the undead, The undead's coming for you.
Yeah.
Let the monsters kill each other. Okay.
I'm going to Southos.
Right. And that's where the Southerners are coming up. They're also White Walkers, but they're actually very tan.
Oh.
Yeah. The tan walkers.
And they're on fire.
They're on fire, yeah. So, I mean, there's no winning. We just haven't heard much about them, like, the past seasons.
The White Hot
They're
Walkers.
radioactive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
White Hot Walkers. Light Walkers.
Okay.
Fine.
She does have a soft spot, I guess, for her family because she didn't kill Tyrion.
It's true.
And then the same thing happened. She didn't kill Jaime.
What was that? I'm serious. Okay, if you say, do it, kill me, you know, and then you nod like this.
Yeah, that was really
up
weird.
and down, like, yeah, kill him, you know, and then he just, like, gets his, and that's it. That's it.
I guess he
I'm
needs
just
two
gonna-
nods.
I need to
like
fake
one
out.
nod is
Is
all
get-
right.
get
One nod
ready.
is just get the sword out to intimidate.
Mm-hmm.
Two nods and,
then
a
she-
wink.
And then Jamie was like, I don't believe you. Like, what does he mean by that? Like, I don't believe you just did that, or I don't believe that you're going to do
I
that.
don't believe that you're going to do that.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's why he, just walked around.
I
him.
thought he was like a whiny little teenager in that moment. It was like, I can't believe you. Blah, blah, blah.
No.
Nope.
Can't believe you do that to me. Like,
I was like,
I'm unfriending you on Facebook.
and I always knew you were the stupidest Lannister. What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You had 3.5 kids with him.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We all know Tommen was the dumbest.
Tommen was the sweetest.
That's why. Well, he's dead now.
Yeah. Maybe not. I don't think he was the dumbest.
Listen, he fell into a cult. So
Yeah. Is he,
Who
he's
was the
easily swayed.
Who's the other Lannister? Wasn't there a Lannister that was in the Sparrows?
Lancel.
Yeah, Lancel. I would say he is probably to be the
Lancel was
dumbest one.
clearly the dumbest.
Yeah.
Kev has the dumbest name.
Did they kill Kevin?
Yeah, he was in the Sept.
Oh.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, he went kaboom.
Yeah. I'm.
Boom, boom.
Sorry, Uncle Kev.
Bye, Uncle Kev.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Well, I guess up until this... Oh, how did Tyrion even convince her? Because it doesn't show... Like, I want to know what else was said.
Well,
She did. He
didn't convince
her.
her. She just decided, like, she was just going to have a change of heart. And I'm using air quotes for people who aren't watching, but
Sorry, do the air quotes again. There you go.
change of heart.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Just like that.
You weren't on camera either, so
Well,
people watching wouldn't have seen the
Good
air quotes either.
grief, Tim. Okay, no. So, yeah, I think that she... Yes. Good. Great. Perfect. Yeah, I think she just pretended to have a change of heart.
You don't think there was anything else, like, said that we're missing? Because all he found out was, you're pregnant. Mm-hmm. And he loves the children. Do you think
Preganagant?
he is going to betray Daenerys?
No,
No.
I mean, he loves his family, too.
not that much.
Yeah.
He loves the children.
he did.
He's not born yet.
Tyrion loves the little children.
Mike.
Well, that's all the time we have for. That's all the time we have for Mike's portion of the show.
I think there was something else said there.
Well, yeah, there were other things said there, but it was. I mean, whatever it was, she just played Tyrion.
And then you saw his look about Jon and Dany getting it on.
Yeah,
He's not happy about that.
What was that about? Why is he not happy about that?
Probably because he wanted to bang Dany.
I bet that's one that he's probably in love with her because pretty much everybody
That
guy that
meets
gets
her.
around her falls in love with her. Tyrion even said it himself. You know, he should have put his name in there too. But I also think he can see it. But I don't know why he would even see it as a problem. Like, I don't understand, like, because that does make sense. Unless we would have found out that their aunt and cousin, or aunt and nephew, why would that be wrong? That would be the right connection, right?
Right. Tyrion would have no reason to know anything that was incestuous that was going on,
Yeah,
correct?
exactly.
So yeah, that was really odd that he was just maybe he was just more concerned. Like we have two.
You better use protection.
We have the King of the North. We have Danny, who's aiming to be, aiming to rule the Seven Kingdoms. Maybe he's just worried. Like this could end in disaster if something happened between their a rift happened in their relationship. If
okay, yeah.
I don't know.
No, yeah, that makes sense because it does complicate things.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, there was also the whole phone call thing too.
Phone call.
Yeah. So, you know how she called John, and John goes, "Who's this?" Ben. Ben who? Ben Dini, and then he hangs up on her. Well, before he went down there, he called back, and she's like, "Who's this?" And he goes, "Ben. Ben who? Ben D over."
No, that's what John said when he knocked on the door. Because he's like, knock, knock. She's like, who's there? Ben. Ben you over.
So that's funny because
here's the even my horrible jokes aside. Here's a bigger problem in the world.
Uh-huh.
You got Tyrion listening outside the door.
Well, he wasn't out there with a cup.
He's out there jerking it.
He was there.
Oh God! He's looking through the peephole.
He was there long enough to know what's going on because they were he walks by as John goes in there, and then you still see them do stuff, and then he walks away from the door. So you've got Tyrion outside the door. You got Bran that can see you from miles away.
And Bran's just watching. He's telling Sam everything.
Santa.
He's like, I can see him right now. I can see John. Yep. He's fucking her. He's fucking her real good.
Nobody can fuck in peace on this show. When's the last time somebody had sex uninterrupted?
Oh, Jamie and Cersei.
There you go.
Well, yeah, but
it was post-coital that it was interrupted.
He could have hid under the covers,
he
put his head under the covers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they were done.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's
it was
fine.
over.
How warm is Daenerys' vagina? It's the mother of dragons. She could warm it up in fire. She could make it real. She could just put a flame in there. Look, come on, burn.
Mike, I don't know.
I can go on so many levels now. My mind is blown what I just thought about.
What has happened?
Mike, I don't know if you've seen the other seasons of the show.
Oh my God.
The dragons didn't come out of her vagina. She was given eggs.
I know. I'm saying she still doesn't. She doesn't light on fire. She could get in a fire.
Yeah.
Get real nice and toasty warm. And then John's the icy guy, fire and ice.
Mm-hmm.
And she just melts his dick off.
I don't think that's how any of that works.
I know where to put it.
No, nothing.
Must stick you with the pointy end, Danny.
Maybe if they have really, really passionate sex, they both just light on fire and have sex in flames.
What if their skin just melted together and they were just stuck like that?
What the hell is happening to the show?
Her body gets so hot they cauterize his wounds and they finally heal.
Yeah.
If you're a first/last time listener, thanks for giving us a try.
Yeah, that's right.
Is this why we don't have any listeners? My sex talk,
I don't
sticking
know.
fiery dildos in her vagina? Is that?
I don't know.
We've got more listeners than some shows.
I'm just just saying.
Just saying.
All right, I won't talk about it anymore. Fine.
No, you won't.
I know. I'll keep going. As soon as I think of more pervy stuff, I will stick it in there.
How'd you feel about the Baelish confession of love right before he gets his throat cut?
No.
I love you.
I like how Arya was all business. She didn't give a shit. She was like, slice, bye.
Yeah, I told Sarah I thought it was too fast.
I thought it was perfect.
Yeah, I thought it worked. Because it kind of makes sense, I think, for Arya. There wasn't like a passion on her.
Yeah.
He wasn't on her list.
No, but he needed to go.
Well, someone on her list, she would have gave that weird smile, like psycho smile, like ha ha, stab Walter Frey.
Right.
I think it would have been better if Bran made him a Hodor.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
Wow. Just
Like-
Branception. Him.
Yeah, Bran makes him a Hodor, and like the guy that like basically caused everything that bad happened to their family now has to serve their family forever as the new Hodor.
I would have liked that a lot.
I don't think they would have liked that, to have him as a reminder around all the time. A reminder of like what he did to their family.
Well, they had him around this long.
Well, that would also, I don't know if Bran has told anybody, like, yeah, I turned this guy into an Artard.
Oh, Hodor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody knows that. Like, would they really be really, really pissed at Bran?
They might, yeah.
No.
But they didn't even know Willis, though. So
Yeah,
they only knew him as Hodor.
Nobody knew Willis.
Yeah. Poor Willis.
Hodor.
What are you talking
Hodor.
about? Willis?
What you talking about, Willis?
It's the Watchers on the couch.
Good delivery. Yep. So he's going to tell John. Yep. I wonder if he's going to tell John that he watches him having sex. You know, while I was watching you having sex, Sam came in and...
You know, John, when you went into Danny's room, you looked so beautiful.
Oh, God.
Yes.
That's so creepy.
You have a nice butt. Looks like it's good for thrusting.
You might have the best looking butt on the show.
Johnson has a good butt.
Surprised he's not hairier.
Yeah, right?
Well,
He's half Targaryen.
he was very smooth.
Targaryens aren't hairy, right?
Do we
Secretly,
think,
John shaves, I guess.
Maybe.
now, do we think that was a butt double?
CGI butt
Or like
for Chris?
yeah.
Could have been touched up.
I don't
Touched
know.
up butt.
I think it was probably just his butt.
So how many butts is that this season? We've got Jamie's, John's, I guess Missandei's. Did we see Grey Worms?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who wins butt of the season?
That's more butts than boobs.
Is it?
Yeah.
How many boobs do we see?
I think like 4.5.
Why half?
I don't know, because we kind of saw Daenerys' boob this episode, I think. It was kind of
we?
dark, so you really
Not
didn't even
really.
see anything.
I don't think you
But
saw
I think you could kind of see. I'll have to go back, freeze frame, lighten the blacks, you know.
Okay.
I'm sure somebody on the internet has already done this work for me. Which is pointless because we've already seen her naked a bunch of times.
We didn't see her naked this year.
We didn't see any cocks this year, did we?
I don't think we did. We definitely didn't. Because the only cock
I
we would
just
have
like
seen
putting
was
this
Grey
in your
Worms.
mind because now you guys are trying to imagine cocks like cocks, and people listening too. They're
You're
probably
like-
thinking of what cocks did we see?
So Mike is proving out on all kinds of levels right now.
I gotta get it out because this is the last episode. We can't do this anymore. We're not gonna do.
What are you talking
Next
about?
season
We can't
doesn't-
do this anymore.
Well,
We're gonna watch old episodes.
Yeah, I know, but for the new stuff,
But these are these are the first timers.
Alrighty.
the penultimate season.
I don't know, dude. I'm so not phased by dicks anymore after Westworld.
There are a lot of dicks in Westworld.
Are there? How have I not noticed that?
The people they're just sitting there with their dicks hanging down, like you can see them like from underneath their thighs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I haven't been paying attention.
I'm not real happy about John not finding out. It did work this episode. It just sucks that I gotta wait till next season for him to fucking figure it out. We had a whole season of just like teasing that, and that was like a big deal last season. And then they just fucked with us all season.
Yeah.
Little hints. Multiple hints every single episode.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's because it was very important to get the John and Danny sex scene in. And you couldn't do it once they found out.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. So when they do find out...
This was an excuse to get a John and Danny sex scene in for all the mics out there that are, before it gets really weird.
Yeah, before they start doing it and looking at each other like, this is weird. I don't know. Or is one going to care and one not?
Yeah.
Is John going to be like, who cares?
It's not like we're the Lannisters. We don't look anything alike. It has to be okay.
Is that going to even stop them? Or are they just going to be like, whatever.
I don't know.
Well, the question
We've been fighting
is...
undead. I don't give a shit if it's my aunt.
And we're all going to die anyway.
Yeah. Made me rethink my whole life.
God.
The question is whether or not it... And in the D&D portion where they're talking, they make it sound like this is going to be a point of contention between the two of them,
yes.
because John is the actual heir to the Iron Throne.
I think that's the biggest thing there. So, yeah, they probably won't give a shit that they're still doing it. They'd be like, no, I want to be the heir. But John doesn't give a fuck, really.
I don't think he does. And that's kind of the thing, too. Like, if they actually did get married, would it matter? Like, who's in charge? Like, I guess Danny... Oh, I guess she wouldn't be, like, ruler. Like, he would be ruler.
Right.
Wow. But if she...
Or is she going to be honorable enough and be like, no, you have to be king?
But let me ask you this. So if she was the ruler, if she was the true heir, and they did, again, get married, then would she still be the ruler? Or is it still a patriarchy?
It'd still be a patriarchy.
Yeah,
so he would...
John is the legitimate heir to the Iron Throne.
No. You don't get what I'm asking. So if he wasn't the legitimate heir and they got married, would she still be the ruler?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was... Yeah. All right, weird. Can't have two rulers, huh? Just can't. Doesn't work that way?
Doesn't work that way.
Damn.
Apparently.
Or is she just going to go crazy and get pissed?
Hope not.
Yeah, she's going to have him killed, so she's the legitimate heir.
Yeah.
God, that's fucked up.
But that's going to be after she gets pregnant. They're definitely finding out after she's pregnant.
Well, yeah. Or she's finding out she's pregnant after they find out. You know?
That's true. Yeah, that could go that way too.
Yeah.
She'd be like, all right.
To get everyone pregnant.
What?
I've come beyond the wall to get everyone pregnant. We haven't heard him talk yet.
I know. He looked really fucking stupid on that dragon. Because he has no facial expression. Like, it's just so stupid. It looked dumb.
It looked like if Bran was riding the dragon.
Yeah. Hall of Stupid Faces. Got a new one. The Night King.
She brought up a good point. It's the bag of stupid faces now.
The bag of stupid faces.
That's right.
Add another face to the bag.
Oh shit, when Arya and Sansa were talking afterwards, they're like, oh, blah, 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 I miss Dad. I was like, Arya, put his face on. And you guys can...
no.
All right, Sansa, I'm gonna play Dad for a little bit. I'll help you out.
I wonder if Arya's going to keep Baelish's face.
Yeah, that's another thing I was thinking about. But I don't know where she would even use it, though.
Yeah, why would
she go down
need
to
it?
King's Landing,
If she went down to King's Landing.
And she get close to Cersei? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
We're never seeing Ghost again.
No.
I don't think we are.
Or Nymeria. Fuck.
No.
Damn it, Nymeria.
Not happening. All that budget is going straight to the dragon now.
I know.
Yeah. CGI budget.
And the dragon has to eat Ghost next season anyway.
Probably.
Because they're going to hit Winterfell first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, Ghost is dead for sure. So, new Deadpool for next season.
Season 8 Deadpool is Ghost right on the top. Followed by everybody fucking else.
Yeah. I think we're going to have to do Deadpool every episode.
That'd be hard to do.
You think so?
Yeah. How are you going to do a Deadpool every episode?
Well, I would say
and
just
you're guessing just for the episode who's going to die?
Yeah, like we would all three like pick one person that we think is going to die in the next episode.
I don't even know if I won the Deadpool by picking Torment this season.
Yeah, that's right. Is Tormund dead?
No, he's...
And Barrick?
It's a literal cliffhanger.
Oh.
It's a walk on the couch.
Yeah, I don't know.
Next season, we get Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
They didn't have enough budget for Ghost because they're greedy and lazy.
Oh, man. Yeah, they're going to have to head out of Winterfell next season.
Mm-hmm.
Think they're going to abandon Winterfell again?
Yeah, they're going to have to.
Nah.
What are they going to do? Just stay there and die?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Arya is going to kill some whites and White Walkers with her little blade.
Her little blade's not Valyrian steel.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
The cat's paw? That's
Oh,
Valyrian
the
steel.
dagger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, sorry. I should be more specific. Yeah, because
Yeah.
the needle is a little blade, too.
Right.
Needle
The
was
dagger.
Needle was just made by
I
a guy in
apologize.
Winterfell.
Mm-hmm.
And she'll be protecting Sansa to get her out of there.
No, I think Sansa's going to die.
And Brienne will be there to help, too, because she has a
Bran's dead.
Valyrian blade as well. Oh, yeah, Bran. He's just dead. We're just going to be like, fuck it.
Yeah, Brienne's dead. Bran's dead. Sansa's dead. Arya will live.
Of course.
Yeah, but that's about it.
The only survivor of the whole show.
Okay.
But I think Brienne's going to be going back up to Winterfell. So she has a Valyrian blade. So there's
Yeah.
at least 2 Valyrian blades up at Winterfell.
Well, Jon too.
If he goes back to Winterfell. Oh, he is on his way back to Winterfell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to assume that
Lots of
Jaime's headed
Valyrian
up there.
steel. Yeah. I would think so. That's a lot of Valyrian steel up there.
It's 4 Valyrian steels.
I think that's...
Do
well,
they-
besides... Oh,
And
Sam
Sam.
has his, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the blades are there.
Yeah. So
Right? Are there any other blades that we know about?
Not that we know about.
All the Valyrian steel blades are going to be at Winterfell next season. Aw, shit, son.
that's cool.
I don't give a fuck.
Hang the swords.
Hang the swords.
Fucking melt them down.
Yeah. Do they know that Valyrian steel actually kills the whites, though? Or do they... Because he said dragon glass and fire.
Yeah, John still
I had a
hasn't,
question about that. Yeah.
John still hasn't really put it together.
I don't think he has either. Like we were joking about last episode. I'm the only one that knows how to fight him.
Right.
I'm the best.
Well, I guess maybe he just doesn't know his sword is Valyrian steel.
No, I think he has to know because I think when Jayor, or how do you ever say his name, Mormont, gave him the sword, I'm sure he probably said it was Valyrian steel.
God, we got to rewatch these episodes.
Everybody says,
Well, we're gonna.
is going to
Yeah.
mention that because that's really, really important. If your sword is Valyrian steel,
I
Yeah, he has
forfeited
to-
the right
but-
to claim this Valyrian steel sword, John.
but who knows? Maybe he does know, but he didn't want to tell. He didn't want to give all his secrets away. You know, he'd just be like, "Yeah, dragon glass. That's what kills him."
That's really dumb, though. That would be really dumb of him to say, to just keep that to himself. You know, because maybe there's more Valyrian steel that Cersei has.
Well,
Okay.
no, maybe other
Let's-
people
let's
know.
re-
I'm saying at King's Landing, he didn't want to tell like Cersei and anybody at King's Landing.
Why, though?
I don't know. Maybe they tried to steal a sword.
Oh, that's what defeats them? Oh, let me take that. I'll hold that for myself.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Here's the other thing. We don't know that fire and dragon glass kills White Walkers. We know they kill whites.
right.
We know Jon's sword killed a White Walker, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's true. Maybe Valyrian steel is the only thing that kills White Walkers. Dragon glass doesn't do shit.
Well, what did Sam? Didn't Sam kill a White Walker with dragon glass?
with dragon glass, yes.
So dragon glass will kill a White Walker,
But not one of the generals. That's what I thought you were talking about. Like one of the. We
That-
don't know. We only know that Valyrian.
That wasn't a
The-
white that was coming for the baby, right? That was because Sam was protecting the baby and Gilly. He used dragon glass against the White Walker, not the white. right?
I was pretty sure it was a White Walker.
Okay. I thought it was too, but I mean, like
When we're talking about White Walkers, are we talking about
the
like
generals.
the generals?
Yeah.
I thought the White Walkers were. I thought the army was grouped up with White Walkers and Whites, and the Whites were more like the skeleton-y dudes, and the White Walkers were more like human dudes that were human beings that were turned, and then the Whites are actually like people who were already dead.
White Walkers are the ones with the blue eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but so there's a bunch of those.
Were there?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was just the generals that had the blue eyes.
No, because well, I mean, if you look on the last episode, when they're surrounded, there's all kinds of blue eyes like surrounding them.
Oh.
And the bear has blue eyes.
Yeah, that's true.
And
That's true. And the
there's a
dragon
lot-
has
yeah.
blue eyes.
Well,
They have blue eyes.
There seems to be like whatever comes back from the dead, from like the general White Walkers, the ones that they make, and then there's who the Night King makes.
Mm-hmm.
And the Night King seems to make the ones that like when you kill. So that, yeah, there's it seems like there's 3 levels to the army. There's
Mhm.
there's
So I was thinking.
the general undead, the ones that the Night King made, and then the Night King. So if you kill like one of the second levels, like all the 3 level 3s that were that one made die, kind of like vampires. So if you just kill the Night King, presumably everybody dies.
Yeah.
So the babies that the Night King was turning, did those become generals?
I believe so.
Okay, so they did like grow up.
I'm going to say yes.
That's weird. That's straight up weird.
Because otherwise you just have a dead baby crawling around.
Let me get
Yeah, I think the thing is there's the army of the dead, and then the White Walkers that aren't actually dead.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But we haven't seen any of the generals killed by Dragonglass.
I guess not.
There's only been 2 that's been killed. John killed them both. This last one, he killed it very easily.
Mm-hmm.
And it was with Valyrian steel.
Yeah.
That doesn't really mean anything, but who knows? Maybe there's some there. Especially with all the blades. All blades, no bows. Because we don't know how to fucking make arrows.
Need dragonglass arrows.
Damn right.
Well, no, they could use flaming arrows at the general undead,
Yeah.
Could, yeah.
because you can burn them and you can kill them with dragonglass. That's
Flaming dragonglass.
fuck yeah.
There you go. It's just like a bunch of shards of dragonglass. Like I said, trebuchet on fire, you know, cover them in oil.
What was-
Shit, son?
I was trying to think about what people were fighting with last episode. Like John has his sword, Beric and Thoros had their flaming swords. I guess the other guys had dragonglass.
Yeah, they had I think Tormund had an axe, and then he also had like a dragon glass axe, and Jorah did have like some daggers, dragon glass daggers.
Right. Okay.
Somebody else did have a dragon glass type sword, I think. Which in that episode, it's really hard to tell. Like you don't even notice it really.
Mm-hmm.
I think they could have done a better job of pointing that out, but if you do watch them walking, like you can see some of them carrying like weird weapons, and you're like, oh yeah. But I didn't even notice it the first episode. First time I watched that episode, I was like, no one even used any dragon glass. Like there was like 1 or 2, and I was like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
And looking back, like you can, it's just hard to see.
I see. Okay.
They didn't make a big point about
Yeah,
every single person have their own little fancy weapon that they made.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
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 Sorry. Well,
Did we miss anything?
not really. I think that's...
That was kind of bullshit that they made the Hound go get that box by himself.
Oh, what's in the box?
It's the dog. It has to go fetch.
It's horrible.
At least we got to the Love Boat.
Do you have
Theon's
something?
going to... Oh, Theon, he gets to...
We did. Yeah, we forgot about Theon.
Oh, yeah.
Where he got kicked in his no nuts.
Yep. Like that's his secret power.
He looks up and he's just like smiling, like, you can't hurt me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've already been hurt so much.
First time he's been excited, like anything come out positive about him freaking getting his chunk cut off. But yeah, what's going to happen is he's thinking that he should go to Iron Islands. He's going to go to a fucking empty island. All those islands are going to be empty. It's like, what the fuck? Where they at? He said he was going to Iron Islands. Now I'm all the way on the other fucking side of the world. Let's travel all the way the fuck back down south and all the way around Westeros and all the way back up and all the way to Essos to Bravos.
You know, the Baelish Highway is like freed up now. So, I mean, he'll be fine. Get there in like no time.
Yep.
It'd be great. What do you got there, babe?
No, but I wonder if that's going to be the way that they find out.
Yeah.
Probably. What I have is the What the Fuck's fan segment that we were supposed to have last episode, but we didn't do video last episode, and it is a visual kind of thing. This was submitted by Chris. It comes from a blog post on geek.com called The Weirdest and Worst Game of Thrones Fan Art. There will be a link to this in the show notes so you can see it. I wanted to share it with Sarah and Mike on this episode.
Cool. Whoa.
No.
Wow.
That's quite the Hodor, but
that's actually not that
I don't think it's that bad.
it's not part of the slideshow.
Okay.
That's-
Makes sense.
That's
the good one?
That's the good one. That's the featured image.
Okay.
So I'd like to show you first Cersei tickling.
Okay.
And it says, of course, there's plenty of tickle fetish material in Game of Thrones art world, but this piece is especially funny for how tiny they drew Tyrion. You could pick him up and put him in your vest pocket. That seems offensive somehow, but
She looks so happy.
she's being tickled. It's like how small they drew Tyrion. How about how big they drew her big toes?
Yeah, her feet are giant.
All right. Next.
Is that supposed to be from the show or movie Tickled?
Yes. The next is Jon Snow Duck, which is Jon Snow and Ygritte as Disney ducks.
That's actually, I mean, like, for what
funny.
it is, it's actually not drawn poorly.
But it is,
you know?
yeah, it's weirdest and worst.
It is.
So this is definitely weird.
It is definitely weird, yeah.
I'm sorely tempted to write George R.R. Martin and ask him, the books are pretty good, but what if the main characters were actually ducks? Maybe you should delay them a little more and rewrite around that.
Wow.
There's 17 of these.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
This one's entitled Wild Gas.
What? What the fuck?
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh.
So it's Daenerys, very out of proportion.
Just slightly askew.
Sarah, why don't you describe this picture for
You want
everybody?
me to describe it?
Yeah, why not?
She looks like a fertility goddess with Daenerys' face.
With Daenerys' face.
Yeah. That's really odd. Mike, how about you describe it?
Giant tits.
The inflation fetishists have found Game of Thrones and are busily...
Wait. Stop. Inflation fetishists?
Apparently.
That's a thing?
It's got to be a thing. They wrote it.
Oh, yeah, that's all I look at now.
No, it's not.
I've never heard of that.
I've never heard of it either.
And are busily pumping the leads up with air. Maybe if Daenerys gets enough gas in her, she'll be able to have her dragons tow her like a zeppelin. Listen, leave the writing to me, okay?
That's amazing.
Drakkar ass.
MS Paint Golden Crown. Khal Drogo pouring molten gold
I love
on
it.
Viserys'
That's actually
head.
really good.
I love
like
that.
that one a lot.
That's definitely my skill at drawing right there.
There's a dude out there who is trying to tell the entire story of A Song of Ice and Fire using MS Paint drawings. It was almost impossible to pick just one, but this shot of Khal Drogo in his six-pack giving molten gold crown to Viserys Targaryen tickled us on many levels.
I'm going to have to look that up.
I like his stick arms and stick neck.
Yeah.
That's all I can draw, really.
It's really good.
Stick figures.
This
I got
is
stick figures in this notebook right here.
Do you?
Yeah. This notebook I found, like, in the basement, and it was from, like, high school. Mm-hmm. Stick figure drawings in it.
This is
Green Stick.
That's great.
green stick figure.
Yep.
This is still better than anything I could draw. Next up on the list, realistic Brienne.
What? No. Aw, that's so mean. That's really mean, guys.
Yes, we know Brienne of Tarth isn't supposed to be conventionally beautiful, but this portrait, assembled from descriptions straight from GRRM's pen, looks like something from Ren and Stimpy.
That's really awful.
Well, blame George R. R. Martin, because he's the one that wrote the description for her in the
Damn
book.
you, George
Yeah,
R.
so it's the description of her in the books, not the show.
I don't know if they necessarily described her with armpit hair, but...
Right. Or hair in her chest.
Right.
There you guys.
Yeah.
Melisandre Wedgie.
Who is that?
That is Stannis Baratheon giving Melisandre a wedgie.
Oh my god.
Stannis is wedgie.
Jesus. It's like she's being lifted off the ground.
She is.
That's horrible.
Stannis Baratheon has made some dumb choices in his life, but giving a wedgie to the Red Priestess would top them all. This drawing is by a dude who basically specializes entirely in wedgie art because it's 2017 and that qualifies as a job.
Holy shit. Are there links to these artists' paid like websites or whatever from this too?
I bet you could probably find it.
We'd have to, we have to search for it. It doesn't look like they're linked in here. Which, shame on you, Geek.com, for not giving attribution to the artists.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Well, they do tell you in the description who it is, but they don't give you where the exact link to it, right?
No,
They don't tell you who's doing the art.
No.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's bullshit.
That is bullshit.
Jonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog dressed in Night's Watch clothes. It just has Jon Snow written on it. Like it's just Sonic Hedgehog in Jon Snow's cape.
Because he moves so fast this season?
Yeah. You know nothing, Jon Snow, except for the fact that you gotta go fast. Sega's Speedy Blue Hedgehog is required inclusion in every fandom, and casting him as Ned Stark's bastard son is par for the course. I will take your word for that, Geek.com.
Yeah, I think that's dumb.
How about Littlefinger's prize sparrow?
Wait, what?
It says Littlefinger's prize
I'm
sparrow.
just trying to figure out what's happening in the drawing.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure I understand the drawing either. Let's see if the description clears anything up. One of the weirdest things I learned in my trawl through Game of Thrones fan art is a lot of people are horny for Peter Littlefinger Baelish. This fine illustration depicts the artist OC original character luring the devious schemer to bed with her anime womanly charms. Oh, that's supposed to be a bed.
Oh, okay. The perspective is so weird on that. It looks like there's a window and like he's got a wooden like wall behind him, and then like she's just like floating and like holding on. It's so bizarre.
It's really fucking
It's like she's
weird.
holding on to something and just like one of those I'm trying to think of what they do. Like they're acrobatic artists. They hold on to poles and they just go straight, like out that
Strippers?
way. No, yeah, yeah.
I know what you're talking.
It's so weird.
All right, how about number 9? The Joy of Motherhood.
Oh my. Oh.
I'm gonna
Wow.
scroll through this one because it's a tall one.
That's. Wow. Those
Man, she's been working out.
So, Mike, it's your turn to describe a picture.
I don't even know how to describe this. She has been... This is Daenerys with her dragons, and she has been working out. She got buff, lost her titties, so she got some fake ones. Mm-hmm. And now she's buff, kind of, in a way.
And she
It's
also...
not even that, it's...
And she also became Dolly Parton.
Yes.
In the face.
Is that Dolly Parton? Because I was thinking more like the actress that was in
Realistic Brienne?
that was in Legally Blonde. The snap, not
Stifler's mom.
yeah, Stifler's mom. It looks like Stifler's mom.
The joys of Stifler's motherhood. There are a lot of bizarre drawings of Dany and her dragons on DeviantArt, but this is the only one that looks like it was drawn by a guy on the Atlantic City boardwalk for $10.
Yeah, it does look like that.
The Hound.
Wow.
House Clegane, the hunt is all. And it's just a picture. It's a very weird rendering of the Hound. And there's some, like, silhouettes of
You
dogs.
could see his nipples through his clothes.
Yeah, he's got armor on,
weird.
but he's got like
He's got nipple armor.
yeah, it's like he's
Batman.
wearing it's Batman nipples. He's got red eyes.
Is that his sigil back there? Those two dogs, like
They look like
hounds?
Scotties.
I have to give the artist credit for at least trying to get some of the personality of our dear Sandor Clegane across in this rendering, but it's hard not to see the weird square boobs and take him seriously.
I should have put some chicken on there.
Yeah. Meet every fucking chicken in this room. Ned Stark is a wolf. Eddard Ned Stark. So, this is literally just a cartoon wolf.
I like how they give the swatches. Like, you can, like, pick the colors out.
Yeah, just so you know, like, which Pantone colors you want. If you want to paint your room the same color as the Ned Stark wolf.
It's the hand of the king.
He has the Hand of the King badge on it. Has a small bite on his ear. Some gray hairs coming through on the top of the on top of its head, and some battle scars and a spear scar in its leg, courtesy of the Jaime Lannister wolf. And lo, where there is a popular TV series or other media property, there will be a teenage girl on hand to draw every single character as a dog or a wolf, so the prophecy has always foretold. Ned Stark is a wolf. Gracious. Let me, So this one is titled Smother of Dragons.
Oh, God.
And we're going to scroll down slowly.
Aww.
Oh.
No.
Whoa. Snooky smush smush.
All right, Sarah, how would you like to describe this one?
There's how do I do this? A balloon has inflated and then deflated on top of a dragon, and Daenerys is trapped inside somehow. Does that sound right?
Yes. This looks like the inflation fetishists have not only, well, they cast Mama June from Honey Boo Boo as Daenerys, and then they inflated her.
Yeah.
And she's
a lot.
And she's smothering one of the dragons.
I mean, literally, she's probably the size of a large minivan. Like, literally.
A large minivan?
A large minivan.
So a van?
Yes. A small van.
I guess as puns go, it's not that bad, but I can't help but feel bad for that poor reptile. Also, the person who had to sacrifice their curtains to contain mega fattened Daenerys' honking hooters.
Yeah. Wow.
So I definitely encourage all the listeners to check out the link to this in our show notes.
That's terrifying.
13, The King in the Narrow Sea. There you go.
Wow.
This looks like something I could draw, actually. This is just
That's not terrible.
This is just Stannis standing on a rock, I guess, in the middle of the sea.
Is that supposed to be Dragonstone? Does it say Dragonstone on it?
No, it's got the date. 7/2/2016 was when this abortion was drawn.
Oh, well.
So this is supposed to be Stannis Baratheon. Cool sword, Cool sword, Stannis. Be a shame if you dropped it in the water because it's bigger than you are and all.
Some little kid drew that probably, and people are making fun of it.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
That's
on
what
this
we're doing.
show.
Yeah, fuck kids.
How about Khal Drogo and Shadow the Hedgehog?
Alright, let's see it.
It's literally a really weird Khal Drogo and Shadow the Hedgehog. There's nothing else to it. Also,
I like how they...
Khal Drogo has a massive left bicep and tricep.
I like how they had to say like who Khal Drogo is and which one's Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
He might,
and they spelled Khal Drogo wrong.
he might mix it up. Yeah.
They absolutely would be friends, and nothing you have to say could ever convince me otherwise, so don't try in the comments, because I swear to God I won't read them.
Some sweet birds in the background.
Yep.
Those must be ravens.
That's how I draw birds.
Man, fuck birds. Daenerys portrait.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
All right.
really?
So, I'm assuming this is supposed to be Daenerys after she gets out of the fire. Because she has no hair, and she's covered in dragons.
And she's no clothes.
Is that a manta ray on her?
Yes, that's actually the stingray that killed Steve Irwin.
Too soon.
I really don't know what's going on here, except that the Mother of Dragons looks like she just got finished doing a community theater remake of Gummo. Really rough look. I don't know what Gummo is. I'm assuming that description is hilarious if you know what Gummo is. Otherwise,
Look it up.
I have no clue.
I'm not gonna look it up right now.
No, not you. I'm telling the listeners. Look it up.
Oh yeah, fucking information's out there, man. Look it up.
I have to babysit you.
16. It's another Daenerys portrait.
Mike, how about you describe that one?
I don't want to. Like a watercolor painting.
Somebody tried really hard.
Yeah, they did.
It's a million times better than I could ever do, but it's not. I don't know.
Even in the world of
It's really not that bad, but
even in the world of Game of Thrones, there must be art to hang in motel rooms. That is actually what this looks like.
yeah, it really does. Actually, yeah, that's perfect description.
I would be terrified to have that hanging in a motel room that I was staying in. Because first of all, how sad?
If this was hanging
how
in-
sad does she look?
She looks very sad.
If you didn't know that was Daenerys from Game of Thrones, you'd be like, this room is fucking haunted.
If this was, I would not be able to fuck my aunt in a motel room if this was the picture that was hanging up in it. That's all I'm saying. 17, our last one, is the Huckleberry Hound.
Aww. That's actually pretty clever.
Yeah.
I like that.
This is Huckleberry Hound, the Hanna-Barbera cartoon character, all burnt to shit on one side of its face. Like the Hound from Game of Thrones. You know, why not? Martin hasn't even written the last book yet. There could be anything in there. At this point, we should just consider all of this fan art canon and call it a day. That has been our What the Fuck Fans fan art edition. Thank you, Chris Nays from Bacon and Nays, for sending this to us. As I said before,
Thanks, Chris.
check out the link in the show notes to go to geek.com and look at this in its own glory, so you don't have to rely on us explaining it to you. I think we're pretty much done.
Okay.
Thanks, Chris.
Okay, thanks, Chris. So, what I've heard so far is we're about 18 months away from the next season.
Boo.
Yeah, that's horrible.
Hiss.
So,
Like, they're not even done writing the episodes yet.
It's bullshit.
so it's going to come out like, I guess, the beginning of.
It's supposed to be early. They're suspecting early 2019.
Oh, so June.
Whoa.
I don't
June
need that laptop.
2019.
Hopefully sooner than that, but
That's really disappointing.
so we have plenty of time to do our recap episodes.
Yeah. We can easily get through every single season.
All right, so we should maybe talk later and figure out what we want to do and how often we want to meet and stuff like that.
Yeah, we'll
But yeah,
we'll
that
keep
sounds great.
We'll keep everybody up to date on what we're going to do, Watchers on the Couch wise. I am committed to coming back to do These American Gods next season. I can't speak for everybody else, but
This is true. I'm gonna have to now.
you don't have to.
Well, there's not gonna be Game of Thrones, so I'll need some show. And Westworld's not coming out till next year too.
Can I recommend?
Because we could do that
a
too,
show?
like in between
Wait, what can we do in between? What were you going to say?
Westworld.
Westworld. I like Westworld.
The second season, because that should be next year.
We could talk about the first season too, like just kind of recap the entire season.
Well, that was something that somebody asked me over the weekend. I've actually been asked two things. One, have we ever considered doing other shows or movies and just talking about those to fill the time?
We should.
The other thing is, if they actually do, then it's a Sam Tarley montage at the Citadel. But if they write a Game of Thrones, now you get it.
No, I got it. It was just wow. Okay, please, your thought.
So I'm not batting 1,000 this episode, but that's okay.
See, that joke's funny because
if they do end up doing a Game of Thrones prequel, and it even seems possible that a Game of Thrones prequel could start before the final season of Game of Thrones, whether Watchers of the Couch is going to cover it, I have not given that too much thought. I'm not opposed to it, but I've also said that I'm kind of looking forward to Game of Thrones being done, so we can move on to other things. So
I'll start my own then.
You could. That's another thing I was thinking of, is that I would just hand over like the main hosting roles to somebody else. Somebody else can field it, and then I'll come on or not come on as people want. But
who knows? That's if they even do it,
right?
Mm-hmm.
And two, if they do it, who knows? Maybe it'll be really shitty.
If they do it, it's going to be shitty.
Do it.
Yeah, I like it.
Everyone's just doing it.
Well, you have to. It's better out than in, Mike.
Like the dragons. When do they shit?
I guess
when
they
they're
just
flying
dragon
around.
shit. Yeah.
When they're flying around really crappy areas of town, that's what they do.
Daenerys should train her dragons to shit on people.
I just waxed this carriage.
Dracarys. Instead of Dracarys, she just fucking...
Scantaris.
Yeah.
Scataris, love it.
That's the name of this episode.
It's hilarious.
What would the ice dragon shit? Does he shit like an icy bomb?
What do they call what they discharge from planes?
Discharge. So gross.
I think they just call it blue water, don't they?
It's really sticky. Okay, so I had an idea, guys.
So you're talking about me. Yeah.
What?
No, give me shit.
Do you guys want to like watch shows and then we'll just tell each other about them? Like, just hey, I watched this show.
The explain shows that
Yes,
other people don't watch.
I
to
just
people.
want to make it a segment. Can we just do like a quick like segment?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, I like it.
Like where I explain, like...
I'll watch something
and
I'll
I watch something
explain
different.
it.
Like we don't watch the same
Right?
thing.
No.
It's basically the premise of the show is we explain shows to people who don't have time to watch the shows.
Right, it's like Cliff Notes for shows,
I remember,
and it's really bad Cliff Notes, but Cliff Notes.
So like each
nonetheless.
episode could be a season of a single show. Like Mike explains Breaking Bad to us in 5 episodes.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Okay. Well, we don't have to
Maybe.
roll with it. It's just an idea.
We'll
They're
see.
not all
Maybe.
winners.
Well,
Well,
we're
it doesn't also have to be me either. Like if you know.
No, you don't have to do it. But like, if I watch something, then I would like to explain it to you guys because I know you're not going to watch it.
I'm not going to watch A Handmaiden's Tale or a Handmaid's Tale,
That's
but
right.
Sarah's going to explain it to me.
I
and
would
it
totally
depress the fuck out of me.
I will, and I would love to do that for you guys. I'll watch all this depressing, like mopey girl stuff, and just explain everything in great detail.
It'd be a great segment for Chris to do too, because Chris watches all kinds of shows that I'm not going to watch.
You should do that.
I need somebody to tell me what's happening on Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
don't need anybody to tell me about that.
so yeah, that might be something that we do in the meantime. We are going to go back and rewatch the older seasons of Game of Thrones and be able to talk about them as we gear up for the next season from the standpoint of somebody who's watched the shows before. So it's not really going to be for people who are binging the show all at once leading up to the first season, because we'll spoil it in our conversations for sure. But
Or like somebody like my brother Jim just told me yesterday. He's like, oh yeah, I tried to give that Game of Thrones a chance, but you know, it's just too much like magic and stuff like that. And I'm like, that sounds really fucking weird because the first episode doesn't have like really any of that at all.
Oh my god!
Come to find out, the first episode he ever watched was fucking episode 6.
Wow.
And I'm like,
what are you doing?
Dracarys!
Yeah.
What was episode 6?
Of this season.
Of
It's
this
just like,
season?
yeah, of this season.
Oh my god! Wow.
So that's what it makes it understandable, like where there's magic and I'm like,
So-
oh, you fucking.
Who was
just
that
ruined
did
it.
that?
My brother Jim.
Your brother Jim and one of my friends at work did the exact same thing. And now this friend is like coming up to me every Tuesday and just like, because that's when she comes in the office, and she's like, so I want to talk to you about Game of Thrones because I don't really understand what's going on, because she's not watching from the beginning. So she's like wanting me to like break it down for her. So how's this character like relate to that character and blah blah blah. And it's fine, but it's just like,
So you can't read the ending of the book first.
watch the show.
Dude, it's crazy. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my, it's pointless to even watch
I
without
know.
watching the other seasons. It's pointless.
Yeah.
It's not one of those shows.
You can't just pick it up.
There's so much depth to it that this is the most in-depth show I think that's probably ever been created.
Yeah. It's so good.
We wouldn't do a podcast about it if it wasn't.
That's true.
We actually might. We did.
Our next
No.
project should be we'll do the dumbest show there is on TV.
What's that?
I have no idea, but I'm saying we need to find it
Okay.
and then do a podcast about it.
So like WWE or
Oh,
like
no. You've just made some enemies. That was Sarah, not me. Send your hate mail to her.
I think they can tell our voices apart, honey.
I'm just saying. So, yeah, that's something we'll probably do with Watchers on the Couch over the long wait. So we'll have more information on that as we decide what it's going to be. In the off season, what else is going on, Sarah? Where can they find you in the meantime?
Well, in the meantime, I mean, I'm not doing anything Game of Thrones related.
Right, I know.
In the
I know.
meantime,
Like, what are you
but
pimp your stuff?
pimp my stuff. I have a YouTube channel that I've been adding a lot of videos to lately, and it's growing and it's pretty fun. And if you like seeing how things are made and how to do things, like, check me out, Studio Moxie. It's just youtube.com/Studio Moxie. Moxie is spelled MOXY instead of the traditional way. But yeah, it's pretty fun. And then I'm also on Instagram as Studio Moxie as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Videos are edited pretty well.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
it's
look
very
good.
cool.
Thank you.
It's very well produced.
Mike, what about the Mike D Sound Room?
I know. I don't know yet. So we'll get it figured out.
All right. Nothing from
Next
Mike.
year, sometime. You know, it's crazy. I got it set up and like I don't know. It's just been a weird past couple months. So, but there'll definitely be something happening. I wish I had something to plug right now, but who knows?
Okay. I am going to be working on a pilot for a new show. I'm hoping to have that wrapped up around the end of September. We'll see how it goes. It's going to be a little different. Not as much dick jokes in it. I'm going to be trying to hone my interviewing skills and like just kind of throw something out there to what's the word I'm looking for? To facilitate conversations, things like that. Help people realize that we're all just people, that kind of thing. That's something I've been thinking about for a couple years now, and I figure if I've been thinking about it for like 2 years, then I should probably give it a shot and see if it sticks to the wall when I throw it at it.
You should call it "We're all the same meat."
I should. Oh my god, I should. I was gonna.
I love it.
I was gonna call it the Beard versus Evil show, but it might actually be "We're all the same meat." That's brilliant.
So good.
I forgot. Yeah, that's a.
You can do episode titles: Beard versus Evil.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beard vs. Evil does sound good. And then maybe I can use "We're all the same meat."
Yeah, you could. Or "We're all the same meat's" a segment.
Yeah.
In it. So yeah, that's coming up. Also, I'm kind of since we'll be in the off season of podcasts for me as far as weekly shows go, I won't have to do as much editing of other things. That'll free me up to do some more behind the scenes studio vlogs on the Onyx Edge Studios page. I'll have some of my own maker type videos coming out soon, mostly revolved around revolved around my 3D printing and things like that. And that's right now, that's all going to be on the Onyx Edge Studios website. Again, I'm just trying out a lot of different things, see what sticks. If something gets big enough that, or popular enough that it warrants having its own channel, I'll probably move it to its own channel. But for right now, I'm just going to vomit all this content on the Onyx Edge Studios and see how it goes. So yeah, that's all I've got. And you can follow me on Instagram at Beard vs. Evil, Twitter at Instagram at Beard vs. Evil as well, except I don't tweet much. Yeah, but that's it. So, until next time, I'm Tim Pickerel.
I'm Sarah Pickerel.
And I'm Mike Dathron.
And now our watch is ended until... Well, we don't know.
We'll see you guys around.
Could just be a month from now. You never know.
Could just be next week. We might have something to talk about.
Maybe. But our watch is ended until next time. Thanks for listening.
It's all cocks in the end.
I forgot about that. Oh, fuck.